In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly read market structure as a complete beginner. So if you're new to trading and you don't know anything about market structure and you are finding it difficult reading the charts or understanding what you're seeing on the screen, when you're seeing all those lines and all those things on the charts, this video is going to explain everything down and break it down simply for you to understand. So make sure to pay close attention, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So understanding market structure for beginners. What exactly is market structure? Market structure is basically the skeleton of the market, the structure of the market, how the market moves, how the market is formed, how the market goes from one place or one point to another. And it's very, very important that you understand this concept because you can't really become a professional trader. You can't really become an advanced trader if you don't understand market structure. So market structure is very crucial for you to understand or to try to do any technical analysis. You need to have the basic foundation and understanding of market structure. So the first thing we're going to go over is market structure has two or three. The market has three phases, mainly three phases, right, of the market. So the market is either going up, which is an uptrend, or it's going down, which is a downtrend, or it's going sideways, which we call consolidation. So this is a term that you need to understand and you need to be familiar with when trading. You're going to hear a lot of this when you're trading. So uptrend means the market is going up, downtrend means the market is going down. Consolidation means price is going sideways. It's not going up and it's not going down. So it's just going sideways. So these are the only directions that the market can move, and the market only moves from left to right. The market cannot move from right to left. It's only from left to right. So what exactly does this look like? What does an uptrend look like? What does a downtrend look like? What does consolidation look like? I'm going to be explaining that now. So an uptrend is when the market is moving up, right? But the thing about that is the market doesn't just go up straight like this. The market doesn't just go up straight like that. The market moves in steps. The market moves in steps. So an uptrend comprises of two main features or two main characters. We have the you're gonna have a high and then you're gonna have a low. Now, a high and a low is in these three cycles or three phases. So an uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation, they're going to have a high and a low. The difference between the three of them is where the highs and lows are located and how they are structured. So an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows. An uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows. Let me explain what that looks like. So, like I said before, the market doesn't just move up straight. Doesn't just move up like a rocket. All right, it goes in steps. It goes gradually and then it goes up slowly and gradually. So higher highs and higher lows. So what is a high and what is a low? Whenever price goes up and comes down like this, that is a high. So this point here is a high. And then whenever price goes down and then does the same behavior, now this is a low. This is a low. This is a high. And this is a low. So we have a high and we have a low. So now an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows. So if we're going to create an uptrend, what has to happen here? We're meant to have higher highs. So highs are meant to be higher than this one, and then lows are meant to be higher than this one. So what it's going to look like here is, let me just clear this out. Let me clear this out. So what's going to happen is in an uptrend, you're going to get a high, and then you're going to get a low. Then you're going to get a higher high, then a higher low, a higher high, and a higher low, a higher high, and a higher low. So as you can see here from this, you can see how as price is forming the higher highs and higher lows, price is going up. All right, so we have a high here, we have a low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, and then we have a higher high. And this can be signified as H, you can call this H, and then HL. HL is for higher low. So abbreviations, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then coming up another higher low. So so whenever you see price giving you, or whenever you see the market giving you this structure, just know that this is an uptrend. This is the pattern. This is the character of an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. So what about a downtrend? A downtrend is going to be opposite of this. So downtrend is where you're going to get a high, and then you're going to get a low. You're going to get a lower high. You're going to get a lower low. You're going to get a lower high. You're going to get a lower low. You're going to get a lower high. You're going to get a lower low. So a downtrend consists of lower highs and lower lows. It's the opposite of an uptrend. All right. So this is going to be, let's see, this is going to be the high, which is going to be signified as H. This is going to be the low, signified as L. So it's going to be lower high, LH. And then the next one is going to be lower low, LL, lower high, LH, lower low, LL, lower high, LH, and then coming up, we have lower low down here. So we have, let's go over it again. We have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, and you have a lower low. So this is what a downtrend looks like. So this is an uptrend here, and then this is a downtrend here. They're the opposite of each other. So this is what an uptrend looks like, higher highs and higher lows. A downtrend consists of lower highs and lower lows. So you can see overall, the market is going to be going up, and overall here, the market is going to be going down. So now, we know what an uptrend looks like and what a downtrend looks like. Now, what does a consolidation look like? Now, a consolidating market gives you equal highs and equal lows. So consolidation is going to give you equal highs and equal lows. So consolidation is going to comprise of equal highs and equal lows, and this is what's going to look like. You're going to get a high, you're going to get a low. So this is going to be signified as high as H, and then low as L. All right. So the highs and lows are going to be equal in the sense that as you're getting new highs and lows, they're going to be at the same level. So let's say we draw a horizontal line here to signify the high, and then we draw a horizontal line here to signify the low. All right. So if we're gonna get equal highs and equal lows, it means that price shouldn't be going past this high here with this line, and price shouldn't be going past this low here, this low. So understanding that, we know that if consolidation is equal highs and equal lows, so price should go all the way up here, bounce from there, come back down here, bounce from here, and then give you equal highs and equal lows like this. And as you can see, price is just in this channel going sideways. Right. So let's go over this. We have high, low, equal high, equal low, equal high, equal low, equal high, equal low, equal high, equal low. And then for the last one, equal high here. All right. So it's going to give you equal highs and equal lows. You can see how everything are aligned together. So this is what consolidation looks like. Consolidation, as we established, means sideways movement. So we know that an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows, and the downtrend consists of lower highs and lower lows, and sideways consolidation consists of equal highs and equal lows. Right. So this is the market structure. This is how the market moves. The market doesn't just go in one direction straight up like that. It gives you characters and behaviors, certain patterns that you can identify with your eyes to be able to see. So what you're going to do after this is you're going to go on the charts and look for these patterns, look for these higher highs and higher lows, lower highs and lower lows. And I'm going to do that with you. But after this video, you need to also do it by yourself, practice it, look for it on the charts, be able to identify higher highs and higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, consolidation, equal highs and equal lows, be able to identify if you are in an uptrend, if you are in a downtrend, or if you are in consolidation. And the way to do that is by the characters. So if you know that an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows, you know that if you are in an uptrend, you should be able to see higher highs and higher lows. If you're in a downtrend, you should be able to see lower highs and lower lows. And if you're in the consolidation market, you should be able to see equal highs and equal lows. Now I'm going to go over examples of this on the chart. So let's go over it together as we're as we're in this video right now. So where are we going to start from? Let's see. Let's start from here. So from here, we're going to go over everything that happened all the way to the current charts that we're in, and we're going to identify what phases of the market is entering in. So starting from this point here, what can we identify? What can we identify here? So looking at this, you can see also if you want to make it easier for you to identify, you can also use the line charts. You can see the line chart helps you identify or helps you see things more clearly. But you're going to also be using the candlestick charts. If you have any confusion, look at the line charts. So what are we looking at here? So let's identify if we're in consolidation, uptrend or downtrend. All right. So let's start from all the way here. So let's see. Okay, we have a high here. We have a high here, and then we have a low here. So if we draw a line horizontally like this, and we draw a line horizontally like this, what can we see at this point? So we can see here that we have a high, we have a low. The price needs to break this high in order to give us a in order for it to give us a higher high for us to consider this as an uptrend. So if we look here, we can see that price broke the high here. So this is going to be a higher high, right? So if we have a higher high, what are we expecting? We're expecting a higher low, right? We're expecting a higher low. So do we have a higher low? So if this is a low, we're looking for the next low after this high, which is this low here, right? So now we're going to draw a line at this high to see if price is going to go above the high. Price went above the high. So that means we are in an uptrend, right? We are in an uptrend and the market is going up. So we have a high here. We have a high here, a low. We have a higher high, a higher low. We have a higher high here. Do we have a higher low? No, we do not have a higher low. Price breaks the low. So as price broke the low, we're going to be looking for if price is going to give us a lower high. So we can see that price has given us a lower low here because this low here is lower than this low here. So price is giving us uh clues that this is gonna soon change to a downtrend. So we can see price eventually went all the way up here and gave us a higher high, right? Price gave us a higher high here and then eventually broke everything. So now we know that price has given us a downtrend because we can see that they have formed this low here, which is lower than all these lows here, and then they've given us this high here, which is lower than this high here. So that's lower highs and lower lows. So we can see we have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high. What do we have next? We have a lower low here. We have a lower low here. Let's see if we can get another lower high here. We have a lower high here. Although this one did break, did go above this one, right? But eventually continue down. So we're going to continue the downtrend. So you can see as the downtrend as is giving you the characteristics, you can see price is continuing down. So we have a high here and we have a low. We have a lower high. Then we have a lower low here. At the same time, it gave us a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is a downtrend in this place. Now, one thing that you need to also note is one thing that you need to note when it comes to market structure is what we call is what we call break of structure. Break of structure. So break of structure, sometimes you might see this represented as an abbreviation, which is called BOS, break of structure, right? So what exactly is a break of structure? Break of structure is basically when the market shifts from one structure to another, in the sense of, let's say price is in an uptrend. Let's say price is in an uptrend, giving you higher highs and higher lows. If price is gonna go and change to a downtrend, then you're gonna see a break of structure. So what does that mean? It's breaking the structure of the uptrend, right? So we know the structure of an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows. So whenever price changes from higher highs and higher lows to lower highs and lower lows, then there is a break of structure, right? Because the structure of an uptrend has changed to the structure of a downtrend. So what this usually looks like on the chart is this. So let's say we have higher highs and higher lows. So we have a low here, we have a high, we have a low, we have a high. But let me make this bigger for you guys to see. All right. So we have high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Right. So let's go over this again. We have a high, we have a low, we have a high, higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, and we have a higher low. Right. So let's write the abbreviations: high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Right. So we know that this is an uptrend because it has the characteristics. So now, one thing that you need to note is if this is going to change to a downtrend, they're gonna need to break structure, right? So these lows will need to be broken if price is gonna change to a downtrend. So if we draw a line at these lows, these are areas where you're gonna see a break of structure. So whenever price comes and breaks either of these structures, that is your break of structure. So usually it's the first is the most recent structure, which is this one, that price has to break for it to be confirmed as a change in structure, right? Or change in character. So as we can see here, let's say as price is going up, then price fails to break this high and give us a higher high, right? And instead, what it does is it gives us a lower high like this. Gives us a lower high like this. Let's see, like this, and then comes and breaks this area. So this is gonna be our BOS, which is our break of structure, because price has now broken the structure of the uptrend, because the structure of an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows, but now price has given us a lower high, which is because this high is lower than this low. Sorry, this high is lower than this high, so that's a lower high, and then now they have broken this low, giving us a low that is lower than this low. So now we are seeing characteristics of a downtrend. So we have a high, we have a lower high, we have a low, and then we have a lower low. So now the structure has changed from an uptrend to a downtrend. So that is our break of structure. So now we're gonna start getting lower highs and lower lows. So let's see, we have a lower high here, then we have a lower low here, then we have a lower high here, and we have a lower low here, and then eventually price is gonna go and break these other structures here. So price is gonna come and break this structure here. It's also gonna what's happening to my screen? It's also gonna come and break this structure here, right? And then now what do we have? After the break of structure, we have a new trend, which is a downtrend. Now we have lower high here, lower low here, lower high here, lower low here, lower high here, and then lower low here. So you need to be able to identify this break of structure, because that's what's going to tell you when the trend is being changed from an uptrend to a downtrend, or from a downtrend to an uptrend. Let's give an example of the trend changing from a downtrend to an uptrend. Right. So let's say we have a downtrend, price is coming down, we have a low, we have a high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, and then we have a lower low. Right. So we can see we have the low here, we have the high, we have the lower low, we have the lower high, we have the lower low, we have a lower high. Let's put the abbreviations. So we have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, and then we have a lower low. So this is a characteristic of a downtrend. Now we can see that price is going all the way to the downside. So now if this is going to change to an uptrend, what do we have to see? We know that price needs to break the most recent structure, which is this structure right here. Price needs to come and break this structure for it to change to an uptrend. So if price goes all the way up and maybe it does like this and then does like this and then breaks this structure, then we know that price has changed to an uptrend because this structure has been broken. The lower high has been broken. That is your break of structure. That's your break of structure here. So price has broken the structure here. So now the trend is now going to change to an uptrend and you're going to start getting lower highs. Sorry, higher lows and higher highs, higher lows and higher highs. All right. So it's going to start getting, so this is the lowest point of the trend. And then we now have a high here, higher low, which is higher than this low. Break of structure going into an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Right. So this is how the trend changes from a downtrend to an uptrend. So you need to be able to understand and clearly identify this break of structure because that's what's going to tell you that the trend is being changed from one trend to another, and you'll be able to spot these things easily. Now, for consolidation is basically is easier to spot because when you have equal highs and equal lows like this, for this to change to either an uptrend or a downtrend, you're gonna need to get a breakout. So pricing needs to break out of this structure. So that's gonna be a break of structure. So if price breaks above here like this, price breaks above, this is the structure that price needs to come and break before it changes to a downtrend. So right now, price has broken this uptrend. Sorry, price has broken this upper structure here. So that means price is changing to an uptrend. If price comes and breaks this down area, then that's going to change to a downtrend. So let's go over this. So we have a high, equal highs and lows. We have high here, low here, equal high here, equal low here, equal high here, equal low here, equal high here, equal low here, and equal high and equal low. So if price had broken this place first of all, then price is going to change to a downtrend. But because price broke above this structure, price changes to an uptrend. So if price breaks the upper level, it changes to an uptrend. If price breaks below the lower level, price changes to a downtrend. All right. And then from there, we're going to get higher highs and higher lows. If price breaks if price breaks downward like this, then you're gonna get lower highs and lower lows. All right, so this is how it works on a consolidating market, and this is gonna be called a breakout. So breaking out of this channel, of this zone, of this consolidation, that's what we call breakout. So this is gonna be called the breakout. So whenever you see someone say the breakout, it means price is breaking out of a certain level, or breaking out of a high, or breaking out of a low. Right, so for price to break out of this high, that's a breakout. If price breaks below this low, that's a breakout. All right, so these are the things that you need to understand when looking at the charts. If you look at the charts here, let's see if we can identify a change of structure, a break of structure. So we can see here we have this downtrend. All right, we can see the price in the downtrend giving us lower highs and lower lows. So we have a high here, we have a low here, we have a high here, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? If we change to a line chart, you can see this clearly. So you can see the lower highs and lower lows clearly on the downtrend. So you can see we have a high, we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low, right? So in order for this to change to an uptrend, what high do they need to break? They need to break the most recent high, which is this one, for it to change to an uptrend, right? So we can see price eventually went all the way up there, broke the high. So that tells us that this is now in an uptrend, right? This is now in an uptrend because price has broken this high here, the most recent high. So now we're going to see, okay, if this is the low, then this is a high. This is a higher low. Gonna wait for price to break above this one too. So this is the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So you can see price changed to an uptrend. Let's see if we have a break of structure on this one. So this is the most recent low here, right? Price didn't break below. Now you need to get a break. The candle needs to break inside, right? Does should not be throwing this shadow or this wick. Should break below it, right? So we have this low and we have this high. So we can see price initially was in a sideways consolidation because we have equal highs and equal lows. So we can see we have this high here, we have this low here. This low is also equal to this low. This high is also equal to this high. So we have equal highs and equal lows. So price broke above, entered back in, and then broke below this area. So that tells us that price has changed to a downtrend. All right. Initially, it wanted to start an uptrend. So it broke above and then it formed the low here. If it had continued up, then that would be an uptrend. But price eventually broke this structure here. So this is also a break of structure. BOS. BOS just happened here because we can see, if we change it to a line chart, you can see price went up, came back down from the low. So it's meant to continue up like this, but because it didn't continue up like that, it did like this and then broke down. So what does this tell us? This is a break of structure here because price has broken the structure of the uptrend. So now we have a high and then we have a lower high. We have a lower low and the price is going to continue down and give us lower highs and lower lows. So that tells us that price is now in a downtrend. Also price breaking below this area, below this zone here, below this low. So this is a low, then this is a high. We're waiting for price to give us a lower high and lower low. So if you look here, price broke below this area. So we have a lower high here and then we have a lower low all the way down here. Then we have what? A lower high here. And then price broke below a little bit, entered back in, and then broke structure again. So we have a break of structure here, BOS. We also have a break of structure here, BOS. Right, so we have two break of structure. Price broke the structure and price broke the structure, which tells us that this is going to change to an uptrend. So you can see price broke above, gave us a lower high, sorry, a higher low and a higher high. Then give us a higher low, sorry, higher high and higher low, higher high, higher low. And then we have another break of structure here because price broke below this low, right, without breaking this high. Gave us equal highs, broke this low, price changed to a downtrend. So this is going to be our break of structure, BOS. And price broke below. Then now we're in a downtrend. So we have lower low, lower high. We have a lower low here, lower high here, lower low here, lower high here, lower low here, and lower high here. So this is how to identify market structure. This is how to identify the trends. All right, if I'm going to continue this, it's going to take all day. So make sure to, after this video, like and subscribe. Backtest this, go on your charts and try and identify these patterns, identify the structure on the charts, look for uptrends, downtrend, and consolidations, look for break of structure, look for when the trend changes from an uptrend to a downtrend, and from a downtrend to an uptrend or consolidation. Be able to identify this, and it's going to help you in doing your technical analysis, analyzing the charts. So if you found this helpful, if you have any questions let me know in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.